With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network tonight. Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series fires things off for the final cutoff race here in season number 4. Which top 8 drivers are going to make it to chase after the championship down in Homestead, Miami Speedway next week? We're going to have to wait to figure things out tonight under the lights here at Pheonix Raceway in the Rattlesnake 140. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. 5-minute qualifying session already underway. There's a little bit of your track facts for you coming into tonight's final cutoff race. Race 14 in this 15-week championship season. Let's get to some of that qualifying action. What do you say we drop down the qualifying speed charts? Quick time tonight. 58 of Sean Mitchell going to take the top spot in qualifying. He's going to put down a 27-28 for the fast time here. Hunter Collier right behind him. Lee Campbell with a good run as of late. He's top 5 in the speed charts with just about 2 minutes off of that 5-minute qualifying stopwatch. Going to be a hot and heated battle under the lights here tonight at Pheonix. It is all on the line. We'll get to some of those championship implications here very, very shortly. Looks like about 14 drivers scheduled to make an appearance here tonight under the lights at Pheonix Raceway, so it's going to be a quick one, and drivers going to be all over each other. And as the music will begin to fade away, we'll begin to focus in on a little bit more of the action out there on the track, looking at the speed charts. Looks like pretty much everybody, except for last week's race winner, Jamie Plord in that 37 machine. Well, Jamie's actually going to put in his time lap, go 7th on the speed charts with his first time lap. Went to victory lane for the first time this season since joining late in the season. Plord finally breaks into that victory column last week at Nashville Super Speedway. So overcoming a little bit of adversity and putting his machine right where he needed it to be at the end of the race. Plord sits in 7th here from Pheonix. Well, track's a little bit of a quiet place out there, a little bit of a ghost town, as most of these drivers have already come down, put down their qualifying laps. They're already back at the haulers talking to the crew chiefs, trying to see what they can and can't possibly improve, possibly change as we get ready for these drivers to set into race trim. And with the final about 60 seconds rolling off the stopwatch, well, that's going to do it for qualifying. Everybody putting in their fast time, and Sean Mitchell going to take the top spot here in qualifying with a quick time of 27-28. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Head trackside for your national anthem, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We will be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave
And we head back trackside as the drivers begin to make their way to the cars, begin to make their way through final pre-race inspection. Only 2 more times for these drivers to hit the track in race trim here tonight in the Rattlesnake 140 at Pheonix Raceway. And next week, championship night. Mark it down on your calendars. It's going to go down at Homestead Miami Speedway. We will crown a season 4 champion next week. But first, we got to figure out who the Great 8 are going to be chasing after that championship when we do hit Homestead next week. What do you say we go ahead, take a little bit of an inside look at your championship standings coming into tonight's race. Race number 14 on the season, the final cutoff race. Your top 8 drivers right now locked in. Hunter Collier, Pierce Maffitt, Lee Campbell, Jim Thorndike, Noah Owens, Jerry Cochran III, John McMillan Sr., and Jason Branch are safe before we drop the green flag. David Cameron, Logan Hartman, Brandon Key, Todd McGregor are the 4 drivers on the outside looking in. Going to be a tough little go at it if Thorndike is going to make his way into the top 8 and have a shot at it at Homestead. He's about 27 points back from that cutoff line with Jason Branch. Close little battle there. David Cameron just 12 points back. 16 points back sits Logan Hartman, and Brandon Key 20 points back. So these drivers are going to have to be on it. And it looks like if you're outside of that top 8, it looks like you very well may need to walk away with a race win to secure your shot at a championship run next week at Homestead Miami Speedway. So we will keep our eye on some of these drivers on the outside looking in, but it does appear for all intents and purposes, at least your top 4 drivers locked in to the championship at Homestead Miami Speedway. A lot could change if one of these top drivers have some trouble early here tonight. We'll have to wait to see how it all sorts itself out, how it all shakes itself down. But that's why we're here. That's why we race them. That's why we're going to put the rubber down here tonight at Pheonix Raceway. Rattlesnake 140 ready to fire off. Looks like most of the drivers beginning to make their way to the starting grid, and we'll get a little bit closer to pit lane. What do you say? And all these drivers beginning to line up down there. And as the bells begin to go off in the background, you know the sound, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Rattlesnake 140 right here for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series, starting inside row number 1, the Fast 58 of Sean Mitchell. Hunter Collier going to line up just to his outside, back in row number 2. Tonight, the 59 of Jim Thorndike, followed by that double deuce at a 4X Racing, the big bopper, Jason Branch. Pierce Maffitt, Lee Campbell going to roll off in row number 3. Row number 4 here tonight from Pheonix Raceway, last week's race winner inside of that Fast 37, the newcomer looking to make a name, Jamie Poor. Todd McGregor in that 71 lined up just to his outside, Jerry Cochran III and Logan Hartman. Round out your top 10, Noah Owens. There's John McMillan Sr. back in that 12th starting position. Justin Gann, David Cameron last to round out the field. My good man Justin Gann down the hall in race control. He'll call the shots from the admin in control booth, and we'll get set to fire things off for the first time here tonight. Field makes their way to the green flag here at Pheonix Raceway. Quick one on our hands tonight. Green flag going to drop as the boss man and the flag stand go ahead and gets the field underway. Out and away, well and clear of the field is Sean Mitchell. Hunter Collier right there close behind. Jim Thorndike, Pierce Maffett going at it with each other. Jason Branch embroiled in this battle as well. There you can see that Double Deuce 22 machine up next to the outside wall. Looking now down on the inside is that 41 of Pierce Maffett. We'll go back, look at this battle begin to unfold. There's Plord, last week's race winner. He's in the mix. He's looking for a spot early here, as we still have side-by-side racing. Jason Branch, Pierce Maffett, your top 5. Still right where they started this race from. Nobody making up any ground as of yet. Logan Hartman and Jamie Plord, only 2 drivers to move forward. Going to go ahead and drop down some of that timing and scoring for you. Let you follow along with your favorite drivers, just like we do right here up in the booth. Good to see everybody out there in chat checking in, cheering their drivers along here tonight as we get set to figure out who it's going to be in that final 8. The drive to find out who the great 8 are going to be ends right here tonight. We still have ourselves about 130 plus laps before we'll figure it all out. Front of this field dominated by previous race winners. Your top 7 all looking to go to victory lane once again. What was a battle between Jason Branch and Pierce Maffett has now become a battle between Plord and Branch, as they are now 5th and 6th on the racetrack. Sean Mitchell beginning to get reeled in by Hunter Collier of the 98, starting to track him down. That's going to be a battle for that top spot here very shortly. Jim Thorndike still sits in 3rd. Maffett not too hot off the trail, and once Maffett gets there, that's going to bring Plord as well as Branch right along. Lee Campbell lurking in the background. Todd McGregor and Logan Hartman tucked up right there, running with McGregor. Cochran the 3rd. He needs to make up a little bit of ground throughout this field, running in the 10th position now. One of the few drivers to drop a spot since the green flag here tonight at Pheonix Raceway. Tight battle right here between Pierce Maffett and Jamie Plord. That 37, we alluded to him making a name for himself, starting to really come on late in the season. Well, that's the only time he really got here, was late in the season, right as this championship playoff run was beginning. And that 37 has been fast, week in, week out, battling for podium spots, battling for race wins. He was finally able to get to victory lane last week. Can this 37 machine get up through this field and put himself back in victory lane? The 17 of Plord huts the front. Gap at the front of the field from your pole sitter. We'll go back up to this Blues diecast 58 of Sean Mitchell. It is beginning to go the opposite direction. Once again, he's starting to step back away from Collier. Collier struggling a little bit here. After getting some of the good off of the tires, it looks like maybe Mitchell has a little bit more initial pace. Will Collier be able to run him down? Will Thorndike be able to catch Collier? About 6/10 separates each one of the drivers inside of your top 3. Pierce Maffett has the closest battle on the track involving himself as well as Jason Branch. There you can see 1, 2, 3 all lined up on track. Should actually say 4, 5, and 6. As Plord hugs that yellow line around this racetrack. Keep in mind, too, these restarts, if we get a caution, the racetrack being reconfigured. So what was the finish line has now moved up and around turn 1, or old turn 1, we should say, into that dogleg area of the track. And look for him to go 3 wide easily if they can stay bunched up enough to make a run at it here, and that's going to bring a big-time finish here tonight, too. I can guarantee you that run off of the final corner back to the start-finish line, extending that run just a little bit, giving the drivers just a little bit of opportunity to try to make something happen. We'll have to see if anybody's willing to risk it for the biscuit, or if everybody is content with where they are in the point standings. Plord now looks to the inside of Maffitt, and I don't think Maffitt's going to put up much of a fight. 41 is going to drop that position as now Plord takes over a spot inside of the top 5. Move Plord to 4th. Gap has developed from this, your top 3 drivers on track, to this 3-car battle on track. Plord giving up about 1 second to Jim Thorndike. And oh, caution, trouble on the track. Looks like the 14 Ford Fusion may have had a little bit of trouble there. You can see the Mobile 114 machine getting back up to speed. What do you say we go check out how it all went down? Let's check the replay. Oh, and it looks like maybe off the front end of the 88 of Noah Owens, looks like there may have been a little bit of contact between those two drivers, and that's what brought out the first caution of the night. We'll see if we can't get another look at it here. And yeah, there you go, catching it on the tail end, still there, and just, well, no pun intended, 14 caught it on the tail end as well. He's going to go on a round stop on the track, and that's going to bring out the first caution of the night. And we'll rejoin the field back at the front. 58, 98, both of those drivers going to stay out. Thorndike, Plord, Maffitt, Branch, McGregor, Cochran the third, and McMillan Sr. all come to pit road under caution here on lap number 15. And as we got a chance and an opportunity to pay a few of these bills, tell you what, we're going to step away from the track for just a brief moment, pay some of these bills, then head back trackside for all your green flag action right here from Pheonix Raceway. And just as promised, we're back trackside. Caution lights still on the iRacing pace car. Good buddy Travis Smith should see the one-finger wave here from the boss man in the flag stand, indicating the one to go. The pace car lights will go out this time by, and we'll get ready to fire things off once again here from Pheonix Raceway. Check out that cactus. Telling you, here it is. Wait for it, and don't disappoint me. Well, you know, David, it would help if you were in the right spot on the track. I'll just throw that out there. Just going to leave that out there for you. You know, you got to be in the right place to see the right thing. And there you go. Check that thing out. Tell me that ain't cool. Caution light cactus here from Pheonix Raceway. Do we have any big movers or shakers on that pit stop? And no, looks like everybody pretty much going to stay in line where they entered pit road. Looks like Jason Branch, the big bopper, able to grab a spot from Don McGregor as well as Jamie Plord. So look for Branch to try to get to the front with 15 lap fresher tires. What can that fast 58 Blues die-cast machine, Mr. Smith, drops it off track, and we're ready to go back green flag racing here from Pheonix Raceway. Wait for it. Here well, it's a long way. Man, the reconfiguration messing with the timing there, and here we go. Green flag flies as Mitchell finally into that restart box. He's going to get out in the way of Hunter Collier pretty relatively easily. Logan Hartman, how about the run from Hartman, picking up 7 positions on staying out of the track. That 15 machine looks to try to keep a few positions out the front of this field. Todd McGregor goes by. Branch slides all the way to 7th on the restart. Trouble for Jason Branch on the restart. Big cut through the dog leg for that 41 of Pierce Maffitt. He's going to gain a position or 2 over Plord, as well as McGregor. Shot out of a cannon. Look at that. Making a lot of headway, moving to the back end of that 15 of Logan Hartman. He's going to have company with fresh tires here in the course of about a half a lap, maybe even sooner. And there goes Maffitt back down to the bottom of the racetrack, back utilizing that dog leg portion of the track. Coming up here, driver's gonna shoot down the back stretch and into that dog leg section. Look for Maffitt to look for the bottom, and no, Collier gonna force that 41 to use the top side of the racetrack. And now teammates nose to tail, first and second in the points standings, second and third on the racetrack. Will there be any team orders to let that 41 bias? He's got fresher tires. 22 laps into tonight's race, still a very long way to go. Still a lot of decisions to be made as Jamie Plord looks for a position on the 15 of Logan Hartman, who's now going to drop 2 spots after staying out on old tires. Still looking for that second position on his peak performance racing teammate. That's Pierce Maffitt and Hunter Collier going at it second and third on the racetrack. The 98 looks like he's going to give up that spot. No, going to fight back on the outside. They'll stay side by side down in the corner. No match for the fresh tires through the center of this corner. Maffitt getting by now. That 37 of Jamie Plord looks to take that third position away from Collier. And there's not much Collier can do about it except watch that 37 make his way by. And it looks like he's going to become smaller and smaller in that windshield. Speaking of windshields, what do you say we jump on board with that 41 of Pierce Maffitt as he is run down your race leader, looking for the top spot. Really using that dog leg down into old turn 3. You can just see how much quicker Maffitt is through the center of these corners right now. And Jamie Plord gonna, wow, that is a powerhouse move around the outside. Top 2 drivers battling. They're fighting for inside position. Plord says, y'all have at it. I'm going by on the high side. My crew chief told me I got special staggered straight tires. If I go to the outside, it will work. And it did work. 37 of Plord, new race leader for the first time here tonight under the lights in the Rattlesnake 140 for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Series. Now with those fresh tires, he begins to build that gap already, almost a 1 second advantage over the 41 of Pierce Maffitt, who also has those fresh tires, but got caught up racing his teammate for a handful of laps. Gotta ask yourself, was that enough to abuse the tires of that 41, or is he laying in wait and going to make a charge late in this green flag run? If we get that deep into this green flag run, we are already about the same distance we were when we seen our first caution flag fly here at Pheonix Raceway tonight in race 14 out of the 15-week race season here for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series. Jamie Plord looks to go to victory lane for a second week in a row. Not a lot of battles to speak of at the front, so we'll jump around near the tail end of the field. What do you say we jump back out around that 7th position? There you can see Lee Campbell just behind that double deuce of Jason Branch. Todd McGregor in the 71 Mountain Dew machine right behind him on track. Jerry Cochran the third, not very far off from him. And there's that 59 of Jim Thorndike, who needs to just maintain in order to keep himself locked into that top 8. Thorndike came into tonight's race 11 points ahead of the cutoff line, and he looks to stay there tonight. Tell you what, we're going to clue in on that Mountain Dew machine for just a moment. Todd McGregor, one of those drivers on the outside looking in. 27 points behind the cutoff line. McGregor is in a must-win situation here tonight. Another driver in almost a must-win situation coming into tonight's race. 16 points outside of that top 8 driver that stayed out under that initial caution. Has found a way to keep some pace and keep some speed. Has kept it inside of the top 5. There you can see that 15 W of Logan Hartman. And Hartman now going to fall victim to the 22 of Jason Branch. But he's got an extra set of tires in his back pocket at this point in time. And look for Mitchell, Collier, and Hartman to be off pit cycle and off strategy. Look for them to head to pit road. I would say in the next about 10 laps or so, we should see those 3 drivers hit pit road and come out with much fresher tires and be able to really make this thing interesting. Tight, close battle here between Jerry Cochran and that 71 of Todd McGregor. McGregor running that high side, 1 lane up, crowding the Grayson Jade Photography 18, and now it's a 3-wide shootout. They're going to shoot. Whoa! Contact in the 18. Gets turned. 18 of Jerry Cochran, a little bit of a spin sideways. Caution flag going to come out. Contact between the 59. Contact between the 71 of Todd McGregor and the 18 of Jerry Cochran. That's going to bring us back under pace conditions here tonight. Lap number 35 goes on the board. Jamie Plord, your race leader. What will he do? He came to pit road on lap 15. So right at about 20 laps ago is when he came to pit road. Will that be enough for him to come down and get more tires? Drivers are only afforded 3 sets of tires in the pits. So you got to be careful when you come and get them. And it looks like Pierce Maffitt, he said, I want them now. Maffitt, Mitchell, Collier, Branch, Hartman, all to pit road. Todd McGregor and Jim Thorndike will bring their machines down pit road for service and tires as well. That's going to leave 4 drivers out there on track. Race leader Jamie Plord, Lee Campbell, Jerry Cochran III, and David Cameron all going to stay out on track. Timing, scoring, going to do a little bit of jumping around as these drivers receive their wave arounds as they get their service and tires down there on pit lane. And how about this driver right here, making his name, making his bones, if you will, No bones about it. The 37 is going to be a driver we're going to have to look forward to seeing in the future. Coming on strong. Oh, and it looks like we've got drivers coming to pit lane this time as well. Plord and Campbell both coming to pit road. I believe that's going to be a new race leader. Yes, we're going to have a lead change. Definitely going to have that lead change, but I believe it's going to go into the hands of the 37 of Jamie, I apologize, the 58 of Sean Mitchell. Your pole sitter here tonight. Looks like he is going to get himself back into that top spot. The 88 of Noah Owens will receive a wave around this time around. And Owens struggling a little bit here tonight. Has yet to make his first green flag pit stop, or pit stop under caution for that matter. Not really sure about the strategy here with that 88. I know he is trying desperately to get himself back onto the lead lap with the wave around here. But how soon is he going to need to come to pit road? I can't imagine he's got much more fuel inside of the fuel cell. I'm not sure about this call. I'm just not sure to leave that 88 out. Still a very long way to go. Upwards of 100 laps still left in tonight's Rattlesnake 140. And there you go right there. That's going to answer your question. The 88 of Noah Owens looks like he will be coming to pit road this time around. No, he's just going to drop all the way to the bottom of the racetrack and receive that wave around. So, yeah, going to come around. He's going to stay out. Man, that's a gutsy call and a gutsy move from the crew chiefs here. Owens in a little bit of a trouble spot, though, really in the point standings. Came into tonight's race sitting just 3 points ahead of Jason Branch of that final cutoff spot. We're going to get ready to go back. Green flag racing. Once again, race fans. House fans filling the stands once again here tonight for season number 4's race 14. With Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker. Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series. Field into the restart box and green flag flies. Once again here from Pheonix Raceway. Sean Mitchell on the gas and up through the gears. Good, but how about the job by Pierce Maffett, able to stay with him right here. The 41 all over the tail end of Sean Mitchell. Hunter Collier and Jason Branch up in the mix as well. How about Collier looking to the inside of the 41. Oh, 3 wide attempt. Logan Hartman, little bit of contact. Side by side for the race lead. Maffett looking to the outside. Last time that 41 was looking for the race lead, he had the 37 of Jamie Plord, Okie Doke himself as well. Oh, and contact! Contact between the 58 and the 41. That's going to slow the roll of that 41 of Pierce Maffett, and now Big Papa, the Big Bopper himself, Jason Branch, going to put that double deuce up into the second position. Pierce Maffett now back to third. Logan Hartman, what a run from Hartman in that 15. Was under pressure, was under fire with much older tires. Now he's sitting pretty inside of your top 5, running in that 4th position, up 6 spots from where he started tonight's race. Will the 15 of Hartman move any further through this field? We continue to watch Pierce Maffett take that inside lane through the dog leg. You can see the machine, you can see the car bounce through that transition back up onto the racetrack. It is completely legal to run down there. It's just whether or not you want to put your machine through that much wear and tear throughout the course of tonight. Just look at those cars just banging the splitters off the racetrack, coming back up onto the banking. Gonna be a lot of body shop members with a lot of work to be done after this one. Just about 5 laps past the 100. Oh, and tack between the 15 and the 71. 15 hard into the outside wall. 71 caught up and involved in this one. He's got no front clip. Let's go check the replay. What do you say we jump back and see how it all went down? Oh, and there you can see right there. We'll take one more look at it. It looked like the 15 was beginning to cut down into the corner, and maybe Todd McGregor just got there a lot faster than the 15 anticipated. Both of those drivers with some extensive damage, but it does look like the 71 took the brunt of that. Oh, yeah. That is a hard impact. That is a hard lick for that 71 of Todd McGregor as you see him now on to pit road. No front clip still on that 71 Mountain Dew machine. And that, we hate to rule anybody out in their championship opportunities, but I think that's going to put the nail in the coffin for that 71 of Todd McGregor. We mentioned came into tonight's race outside of that top 8, under the cutoff line, 27 points back from the cutoff line. And now, with heavy damage, no front clip, it's going to be hard for that 71 to make up any more ground here tonight. Well, looks like the season hopes for McGregor have faded away. Brandon Key has his championship hopes and dreams come to an end tonight as well. Key, unfortunately, not able to make the trip to the track, so he will not have an opportunity to advance his position through the point standings. So it all comes down now to that 10 of David Cameron in the 15 of Logan Hartman. Can either of those two drivers race their way in to the top 8? Jason Branch, the final driver in the top 8, running extremely well. There you can see him on screen, top of the raceway in his Ford Fusion. The Big Bopper looks to finish things off tonight and head to Homestead with a chance to chase the trophy under the lights. Championship style. If you haven't already, race fans, go ahead and join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. You know the deal. Show these drivers some love. Drop them that thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. And I tell you what, mwah, happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there tuning in here tonight. We do appreciate you all taking the time to come and watch and support all of your favorite drivers out there on the track here tonight at Pheonix Raceway in their final cutoff race for season number 4 right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, your home for Swift. And you know, I'm going to use the time for a shameless shout-out myself. Big-time shout-out to my girls here at the house. Love each and every one of you. To my wife, Stephanie, as well as my 2 beautiful little goddesses. That's right, I call them goddesses because, well, that's what they are. Katerina, Ariana, love you much. I'll see you soon here shortly. Happy Valentine's Day, girls, and to everybody out there watching, to all the drivers, girlfriends, and family, and all that stuff. I know they're all wishing you a happy Valentine's Day as well. We appreciate you letting them get out here on the track, and we're going to get set to fire things off once again. Let's get back to the racing here from Pheonix Raceway. Sean Mitchell leads Jason Branch to the restart box. Woolstamp back from the field and on the gas quick. That 58 fires out of a cannon, and he's going to leave Jason Branch wondering what the heck happened. Pierce Maffin going to get by with just absolute ease Now Branch forced to fight off the hard-charging Hunter Collier, the 98, looking to get back to that second position. He has yet to return to where he qualified here tonight after losing a handful of positions on the initial start of the race. A little bit of Magic Man moment there for that 41 of Maffitt. We didn't see him. Now we do. There he is, still in second. Jason Branch in third. Hunter Collier in fourth, rounding out your top five, the 59 of Jim Thorndike. Nobody really stepping away from each other. Fastest man on the track, though. He is mired back in traffic still, laying down the fast times. Last time around, laid down the fastest lap of the race. There you can see him inside of that 37 machine. Jamie Plord, he ain't playing. He's making his way back to the front of the field. Can the one-time race winner, can the one-time tonight race leader get back to the front? He's got 5 fast drivers in front of him that he's going to have to deal with before he's going to be able to take that spot away. And I don't know. Just a lot of racing action left here. It's tough to say, but it looks like Plord does have a very good Chevy Impala underneath him. Already looking now to the inside of that 59 of Jim Thorndike, who's beginning to struggle a little bit in his DeKalb Sycamore Chevy Buick GMC sponsored Impala. How about Jason Branch continuing to fight and hold off the 98 of Hunter Collier, and that's going to play right into the hands of the man we were just talking about. 37 in a drag race with Thorndike for 5th. 59 going to yield the position to the 37 for the time being. Your top 2 drivers, nothing has changed at the front. Sean Mitchell and Pierce Maffitt still 1 and 2. Jason Branch and Hunter Collier continuing to swing at each other, mix things up. Still jockeying for position, still looking for a way around. Tell you what, why don't we go take a look back off of the tail end of Jason Branch. You'll catch a little peek there at Hunter Collier trying to make his way up and around and into a podium position. Branch not wanting to give it up, playing feisty out there tonight. Check out the battle back there between Thorndike and Campbell. Tell you what, why don't we go ahead and jump back outside of the race car. Let's go cue in on that one. Battle dissipates between the 14 and the 59, but picks up just in front of them. The 98 of Hunter Collier still trying to close in, still looking for a way around Jason Branch. Gonna use the apron, and Collier gonna go a little bit lower. Here comes that 37 of Jamie Plord. He's not afraid to stick it on the high side. We've seen him take the race lead by going to the high side. You got to run where they ain't sometimes, and Plord now looking to the inside of the 98 of Collier. Jason Branch can breathe a sigh of relief for a moment, as now that 37 and 98 goes side by side. They're going to mix things up amongst themselves, and that should allow that 22 of Branch to set sail, or at least build a little bit of a gap. And, well, that battle is going to be short-lived as the 37 of Jamie Plord drives back down to the bottom of the racetrack in the final corner, and he's going to take that 4th spot away, move Collier back to 5th. Pole sitter Sean Mitchell continues to lead tonight's race. He has himself about a half a second advantage over Pierce Maffitt. Jason Branch back in 3rd. Jamie Plord in 4th, and rounding out your top 5, the 98 of Hunter Collier. Jim Thorndike, Lee Campbell, Noah Owens, David Cameron, and Logan Hartman round out your top 10. John McMillan Sr. with early trouble here tonight. He had a long extended stay on pit road, listed 2 laps down. Todd McGregor 3 laps down, and Jerry Cochran the third. Inside of that, Grayson Jade photography machine listed 4 laps down here tonight. And taking a look over at those point standings. Cochran came into tonight's race, I believe it was, let's take a look. Yep. 2 points ahead of the cutoff line. Just 2 points ahead of Jason Branch. John McMillan Sr. just 1 point ahead of Jason Branch. So it's all really coming down to Noah Owens. Where is Owens running? Owens 3 points ahead. There he is running in 8th. David Cameron, Logan Hartman, both of those drivers need to find a way to the front. Both of those drivers need a podium if they're going to want any shot at moving on to Homestead with a chance for the championship. Cameron running in 9th. Logan Hartman sits in 10th for the time being, 64 laps in to tonight's Rattlesnake 140 right here from Pheonix Raceway. Not much more going on at the front, so what do you say we jump back through this field? Jason Branch has given up that 3rd position to Jamie Plord. And if he's not careful, Pierce Maffitt is fixing to lose that 2nd position as well. I'm telling you, I'm not a car owner. I don't know if they'll allow team ownership from me, but if I had a choice to pick up one particular driver coming in, I would have to try to snatch this 37 for next year. I need him on my team. He has come in to the Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA series and just lit the season on fire. Since he dropped on the scene less than 5 races ago, I think he has only not finished in a podium spot 1 week. And he has also been to victory lane, got to victory lane last week at Nashville Super Speedway. Now that 37 looks to the bottom through the dog leg. He'll pull even with Maffitt through 3 and 4, or old 3 and 4. You know what? With the reconfiguration, I don't even know what corner it is anymore. We'll make it up as we go. They're in turn 27. No, out of the 3rd and final corner there, you can see him going across the stripe. Lap number 68 now underway. Maffitt trying to get back to the 37 by the time they enter turn 1, but it's just not going to happen. That 37 is hooked up. That 37 is fast, and he's going to look to chase down Sean Mitchell at the front. Hunter Collier surprisingly off pace here tonight. We've listened to him in the previous weeks talk about Homestead and talk about Pheonix rather, and talking about needing to have a good finish. Not one of his favorite tracks, not one of his best tracks, but a track that he felt pretty confident that he could walk away with a solid finish. Solidly right now, sitting in that 5th position. But looks like he's just struggling for a little bit of late run pace. Was last on the pit road back at lap 36, so almost 35 laps ago was the last time we seen that L&J Welding 98 of Hunter Collier down the pit road. Looks like his tires may be screaming. Looks like the driver may be screaming inside the cockpit that he wants those tires. But looky here. Up at the front, Jamie Plord is running your race leader down, and he's going to be there. He's going to be there. He's going to be able to look to make a pass here in the next few laps. I would say give him about 2 more laps here, and he's going to be breathing down the neck of that 58 of Sean Mitchell. I don't think Mitchell's going to be able to keep him behind. That 37 has got some fast, long run speed built into the car. As the battle begins to develop here for the top spot on the racetrack, Sean Mitchell sits in first. Jamie Plord in the 37 right behind him, closing in lap after lap. They have stepped away from the 41 of Pierce Maffett, who's left to deal with Jason Branch, Hunter Collier, Jim Thorndike going at it. Lee Campbell up in the mix as well. The 14 Ford Fusion looking to take a spot away from the 59 of Thorndike. There you can see him just off in the distance as we watch that battle heat up a little bit more at the front of the field. Plord goes to the top of the racetrack once again. He's not afraid to get up there. Not afraid to use the high side for the pass. And how about that 58 making his machine as wide as the track? I don't think you can say 2-3 cars wide. He's as wide as the track right now. Trying to keep that fast 37 behind him. He's going to drop right across the nose into turn 1. That could be troublesome right there. I keep wanting to call that turn 1. That is the first entry section to the dog leg. But you can see Plord gets close lap after lap. Watch him close in here. Great run off the corner down the stretch. He's going to play it a little bit safer this time, keep a little bit of distance, regrouping if you will. And here he goes, running back down. That 58 of Sean Mitchell, he's going to have to catch that 58 out. He's going to have to force a mistake. Oh, and he's going to pull to pit road. Sean Mitchell has to come to pit road. Pierce Maffett gonna follow the 58 right down pit road as well. Jamie Plord back to the point. Plord goes back to the point not only after running his way back up through the field, but a hot and heavy battle with that 58 of Sean Mitchell, your pole sitter tonight. Mitchell made his machine as wide as he could for a handful of laps, which forced Plord to kind of back off a little bit and reassess the current situation. It looks like the crew chief is going to be the one left to assess the situation. When will we see this 37 come to pit road? He last came to pit road back on lap number 46. That is about 10 laps after both Mitchell and Maffett came to pit road. Jason Branch also running in second last time to pit road on lap number 36. And it looks like Hunter Collier off of the track into pit road. Service and tires done for that 98 machine. He'll get himself back out on track. Listed 1 lap down here as the green flag pit cycle is underway. Right at 51 laps remaining here tonight from Pheonix Raceway. You're watching the final cutoff race here in season number 4 for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Series. Jamie Plord leads this field. He looks to get back to victory lane and be one of the few drivers to get to victory lane multiple times this season. We've only had 2 multiple-time winners this season. Brandon Key not here tonight, not able to possibly make it a 3rd win. 41 of Pierce Maffett. He's been quick. He's been near the front. He's got a chance. He's got an opportunity to make it 3 wins on the season and separate himself in the winners column. But the man front and center, the man at the front of the field inside that 37. Plort looks to spoil the show and grab his 2nd win in a row. And if he's going to be able to do that, not only will he join the likes of Brandon Key and Pierce Maffitt with 2 race wins, but he will be the only driver to go back to victory lane. No other driver all season long has been able to get that job done. Will the 37 be able to get it here tonight? Jason Branch going to pull that 22 Ford Fusion to pit road for his service in tires. I believe this very well may be the end of our green flag pit stops. It's going to be very close to see whether or not these drivers are going to be able to make it to the end from here or not. I think they're going to come up just a little bit shy. I think they're going to have to really extend this run, asking an awful lot out of the tires. To last for 50 plus laps here at Pheonix Raceway, it's going to be a tall task. So although a majority of the field down to pit road right around lap number 76, 77 or so, it does look like they're going to have to hit pit road at least one more time to make it to the end of tonight's race. Ford looking to keep that 10-lap separation on the tires and fuel, and that very well may vote well for him. If he's able to stretch this thing into around another 5 to 7 laps, he's going to be the driver that is going to be sitting the prettiest when it comes to that final pit stop. He's not going to need as much gas, so he's going to be able to get down and away a little bit sooner instead of the jack man waiting for the gas. He's going to be able to drop that jack, and the driver's going to be able to take off right when he drops the jack. Can Plurd continue to lead tonight as we are now down to just 4 drivers left on the lead lap here in the Rattlesnake 140. David Cameron and John McMillan Sr. both to pit road last time around. Cameron already down and out back onto the track. John McMillan Sr. just now to his pit box. Right sides go down. Left side's up in the air. Tires on. Tires on. They're going to drop the jack and away. McMillan Sr. goes. He doesn't wait around for any extra fuel, so that's going to let you know that these drivers are short from here on out. They are going to have to make another stop, so not necessarily that important to make sure the fuel cell is completely packed. You're going to have to come down to pit road, and you're going to have to be there for at least 10 seconds, so it looks like you're going to be able to afford to take another 4-tire stop. We'll have to see how it all shakes out as we continue this long green flag run right here from Pheonix Raceway. Lap number 90 out of the 140 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. You're watching race number 14 for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Series. Glad you'd all join us here on this very special day. We love you all. Without you, there would be no us. So thank you to each and every one of you for your continued support. Thank you to each and every one of the drivers and admins here with Swift Motorsports. Privileged to bring your series to the masses. And now Lee Campbell, Jim Thorndike, Noah Owens, all gonna follow your race leader down to pit road. That's gonna bring the 58 Blues diecast machine back towards the front of this field, and he's got a fast 41 of Maffitt all over him once again. Owens, Thorndike, Campbell, Plord, all to pit road last time around. They are already making their way back up to speed. But look at the gap given up by that 37 machine. Over a 10-second deficit now out there on the track. But a big discrepancy on the tires. Plord to pit road on lap number 91. Race leader Sean Mitchell came to pit road on lap number 76. So a 15-lap difference on the tires. We're going to have to let this cycle around for a second, and we're going to take a look at those speed charts and see just how much faster those fresh tires for Plord really are. Last time around, fastest on the track by over 0.2 of a second. Jamie Plord lays down a 27.58. Race leader Sean Mitchell with a 28.19. Continue to watch that stopwatch, and Plord is almost a full second faster, 0.9 of a second faster. That last lap, Sean Mitchell runs a 28.35, Plord with a 27.41. Man, I'm telling you, he gave up quite a bit of ground, but look at it, already under 8 seconds. He is heading in the right direction. He is moving to the front of this field, and look for that 37 machine to make his way up into a podium spot once again. No real battles to speak of. Everybody stepping away from each other for the time being. Your pole sitter, your race leader, fast 58 of Sean Mitchell, steps back away from Pierce Maffitt, who falls back into the clutches of his teammate Hunter Collier. And for all intents and purposes right now, it's a lockout in the podium. Peak getting the job done here at Pheonix in the Rattlesnake 140. Gap from Plord to race leader now less than 6.5 seconds. That is over 4 seconds gained already in just 7 laps. Again, last time by 0.9 of a second faster than your race leader. We hate to keep saying it, but he is on a charge. You had better watch out, because that 37 has come for the trophy. He has shown up and wants the race win here tonight. Under lights at Pheonix Raceway, Jamie Plord rounds out your top 5. We said things were calming down through this field. Didn't have a whole lot of battles to speak of. We're watching the 37 of Jamie Plord trying to make his way up and around the 71 of Todd McGregor. McGregor listed multiple laps down there. You can see it over there on the timing and scoring listed. 4 laps down right now, holding up that 37 just a little bit. But we're going to go take a look at this one, because in just a little bit, Hunter Collier is going to have a rear view mirror completely full of that 22 of Jason Branch as he makes his way off of the corner exit. Tell you what, why don't we jump on board inside the office right here. Check out that onboard camera shot, looking right at the eyeballs of the big bopper himself, Jason Branch. The double deuce runs in fourth. Let's go back, check out one of our other onboard cameras here tonight with the 88 Ford Fusion driver Noah Owens inside his office, trying to make up a handful of positions here tonight as well. We'll jump back outside of the car. What do you say we head back up here to the battle between Hunter Collier and Jason Branch? That's a battle for third and fourth on the racetrack, and they better not look now. There he is, right in the background, waiting in the wings, just 1.9 seconds back. Oh, race leaders to pit road. Sean Mitchell and Pierce Maffitt peel to pit road for what should be their final stop of the night. Jason Branch digs deep into the corner, almost into the tail end of that L&J Welding 98 of Hunter Collier. We're going to have another pass for the race lead, a new race leader once again here tonight. That's going to give us our fourth different race leader of 5 different lead changes. Handful of cautions here tonight, but we have been clean and green since the drop of the flag back at lap number 46. Upwards of 60 laps of green flag racing in the books here at Pheonix Raceway in the Rattlesnake 144 Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Series. Jason Branch, excuse me, Jason Branch now goes to the point as Hunter Collier peels for pit road for what should be his final stop of the night. And make no bones about it, the driver sitting just behind Jason Branch, he will assume this race lead. It's a matter of time, it's a matter of when, but Jamie Plourde will regain this race lead, and he very well may do it before Branch decides to break for pit road, and that is going to spell trouble for a lot of drivers here, because Plourde came to pit road on lap number 91. Is that enough fuel in the tank to make it to the end? We're going to say he's about 5 to 6 laps short on fuel. We wonder if he's going to be able to stretch this fuel run as well. And we talked about the fast laps that Plourde was able to put down once he got those 4 fresh Goodyears back underneath him. And now Pierce Maffitt and Sean Mitchell laying down blazing fast times. And I said they were blazing fast times, and we've got a new fast lap in race trim here tonight in the Rattlesnake 140, taking the fast lap away from that 37 of Plourde. What is your pulse hitter? Sean Mitchell in the 58. Going to run a 27:38. That is just 100th faster than what Plourde was able to lay down. And the 37 just struggling right now with Jason Branch. And this is trouble. This is trouble for Plourde's race-winning chances. The longer he fights with the 22, the harder it's going to be for him when he eventually makes his final stop of the race, if we haven't already seen his final stop. And, well, we said it was going to make it harder, and, well, oh, no. Branch going to fight back on the outside. No match, though, for the much fresher tires on the inside of the track. Jason Branch going to go ahead and yield and pull to pit road. This time around, Plourde back to the point once again here in Pheonix. And judging at the stopwatches, judging off of these pit stops, and there it is. No need to extend this one. Jamie Plourde going to go ahead and pull the pit road this time. We're watching as that lap count of difference on the tires was beginning to get closer and closer. Now it's only going to be about a 10-lap difference on the tires between Plourde in the drivers that will assume the race lead once this green flag pit cycle finishes itself out. Pierce Maffitt was able to get up and around Sean Mitchell, and that very well may move Maffitt to the top spot. As now Jason Branch battles on track with the 14 of Lee Campbell. He's going to get himself back onto the lead lap. Jerry Cochran looking to gain one of his 5 laps back. Tough trouble for the Grayson Jade Photography 18 machine. Fortunately enough for Cochran, he came into tonight's race 2 points ahead of the cutoff line. And with David Cameron running in 7th and Logan Hartman running in the final position and down and out of tonight's race, it looks like Noah Owens may secure his spot at a championship run. Jim Thorndike in the 59 machine came into tonight's race 11 points above the cutoff line. He's pretty much locked into the race here now after trouble from Logan Hartman. David Cameron, the only driver that's going to be able to upset the field and kind of shake up those top 8 drivers. Unfortunately for Cameron right now, only running in the 6th position, has not seemed to really have the pace underneath him in that 10 machine. But the Butt Kicker sponsored number 10 continues to fight, continues to try to find a way to battle his way into the top 8 for a shot at the Season 4 championship next week. If you haven't already written it down, you better get your notepad out, because it's going to be some crazy good racing action when we head to Homestead for championship week here with Swift Motorsports on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. And as we are now down to just 25 laps to go, we'll get to a little bit of house cleaning. What do you say? 13 drivers to the starting grid, and oh no! Caution on the speedway. Lee Campbell stopped on the front stretch, and we've got a 4th caution here tonight, late at Pheonix. Let's take a second to go figure out what happened. Let's see how it all went down with the Mobile 114 of Lee Campbell. And oh, there you can see it just gets loose late corner exit there. And that's what we're used to seeing coming off of turn 3 in the old Pheonix configuration. It's still the same corner. Nothing changed with it. Just called a different number now. And Lee Campbell on the gas a little bit too early, I presume. And around the 14 goes, bringing out the 4th caution of the evening. Most of the field, most of your front runners come into pit lane. We'll let everybody sort things out. We'll let everybody get themselves on and off pit road, see what they're all going to do. Pierce Maffitt looks like he's going to stay out on the racetrack. Jason Branch looks to stay out as well. And well, this very well may be the final caution of the night. We're going to take a step back from the track, pay a few bills. We'll be back with all your green flag action right here from Pheonix Raceway. And we've got some gamesmanship coming to the end of tonight's race. Top two drivers on track, starting in row one on the restart, stayed out under this final caution. Pierce Maffitt, Jason Branch will start on the front row. Maffitt elects the outside lane for the restart. This could get interesting, to say the least. Pace car down and away. Boss man in the flag stand waiting for Maffitt to hit the gas and get back going. Green flag racing once again here from Pheonix Raceway. Final 20 laps in the final cutoff race. How's it all going to end? How's it all going to shake out? Maffitt on the gas right at the restart box line and shoots out of a cannon. Jason Branch not getting going, and that seems to be the Achilles heel for that 22 this season, just not really having the restarts that he needs. Branch gets the machine going. Here comes that 58 of Sean Mitchell looking to the outside of Noah Owens. Owens now looks down to the bottom of the racetrack, looks to take a position away from the 59 of Thorndike. Everybody still chasing the 41. Branch in second, Thorndike back in third. Noah Owens up 7 positions to fourth. Sean Mitchell going to take that fourth spot away. Owens drops to fifth. Jamie Plord now back in sixth, and here he goes. We're going to go 3 wide at Pheonix. 3 wide for a moment. Jamie Plord going to take 1, looking to take 2. Oh, and here's 3 wide for a moment. Collier all the way down at the bottom of the racetrack. 3 wide once again. Plord looking to keep and secure those 2 positions that he gained. Making it hard on him, though. The 88 of Noah Owens hangs tough on the high side, but he's not going to be able to hang tough enough. As the 37 makes that pass, he's going to look to the back end of the 58 of Mitchell. Thorndike, Maffitt, and Branch all nose to tail, all going at it. Jason Branch, the big bopper, to the front of the field, to the point. Ooh, close. Right there, close between that 41 and 58. 59 of Jim Thorndike, almost into the side of the 41. The 58 of Sean Mitchell able to make his way up and around it. Now looking to the inside of the racetrack. Jamie Plord looks to follow his way right on through. And everything changing out the front of the field. Pierce Maffitt may have made a big mistake by staying out. And it looks like now Maffitt gonna fade to fourth. And he's gonna have his hands full, because here comes Thorndike looking for a spot just behind him. Looks like Todd McGregor may have had some trouble in the 71. Mountain Dew machine has a little bit more trouble here at Pheonix with less than 15 to go. McGregor on pit road. How about this run by Jason Branch? And that Ford Fusion was able to start on the inside on this latest restart. Didn't get the greatest run up through the gears, but since getting the machine to full song, he's kept it at the front, but he's got a fast 58 of Sean Mitchell hunting him down right now. And Mitchell looks to the bottom of the racetrack through the dog leg. Doesn't have enough to clear just yet, but we've seen this time and time again. There's that inside lane. Can Branch keep pace on the outside? They're going to force the issue. Branch going to stay side by side. Branch going to keep the race lead for the time being. Oh boy, here comes that 37 of Jamie Plord. We've seen him be fast all throughout tonight's race. We've seen him be fast in the long run Is a 20-lap run long enough to outpace the drivers in front of him? Close battle now between Mitchell and Lord. A little bit of contact. Bump and run by the 37, and caution on the track. Looks like Hunter Collier may be involved. Noah Owens looks like he may have caught a piece as well. Let's take a look back and see how it all went down. Oh, and we're catching that one just a little bit late there. Looks like something was already going down between those two drivers. Let's take one more look at it here. That is a hard lick by Noah Owens. Hard hit. Yeah, we can't catch it any sooner. Already contact between the 88 and the 98. Now that very well may put... he's still rolling. I was going to say that very well may put an end to the 88 of Noah Owens' night, but fortunately enough for Owens, he's able to keep the thing up to speed and out on track. And oh no, Jason Branch gives up the top spot. Jason Branch gives up the top spot to come to pit road. Well, things have got interesting, to say the least, right here. 58 of Sean Mitchell, your pole sitter. He's been fast all race long. He'll have the restart under his control. But that 37 of Plord, he's been faster all race long. He's driven through the field multiple times here tonight. He's going to be all over that tail end of the 58. Do these two drivers have enough to get to the end of tonight's race? Both of them coming down pit road back on lap 118. So it looks like we're getting a thumbs up. They have plenty of fuel to get to the end. How wide can that 58 become? We've seen them earlier here tonight, able to utilize the track, utilize the lines, and keep the 37 behind them. Will the 37 play nice? He's got nothing to lose. Sean Mitchell in the 58, really not much to lose either here tonight. Already down and out of a chance to run for the championship. So nothing to lose for your top two. Does that mean disaster? Will somebody waiting in the wings pick up the checkered flag? I don't know. But I do know we about to find out. Business about to pick up here in the Rattlesnake 140 as the iRacing pace car makes that left-hand turn. Field doubles it up and comes to the restart box. This time around, we'll have just 6 laps to go here from Pheonix. And on the gas, a little bit of a spread out restart there. On the gas fast was that 58 of Mitchell. Thorndike going to easily pass the 37 of Jamie Plord, who looks like he's got some trouble. A little bit slow here. Plord, one of the dominant fast drivers tonight, looks like he's had a horrible restart. And he's going to fall back to third. Jason Branch with the first tires right behind him. Pierce Mappin, the 41, rounds out your top 5. Ooh, carrying it extra wide. There is Sean Mitchell. almost into that outside wall. You better be careful. And keep our eyes right here at this front of the field as Jason Branch looks to the inside of the 37 of Jamie Plord. Looks to take over the final spot on the podium. That's going to be a battle for the third position as we are now working our way to just 4 laps to go this time by. That's going to move Branch into third. Ooh, Branch and Thorndike all over each other for second and third on the racetrack. 3 laps to go this time around. Branch piles it into the corner. Sideways, he drifts that double deuce sideways behind that 58, trying to keep himself out of the tail end of that Chevy Impala just in front of him. Branch has got 3 more laps. Can he snatch that top spot away? Ooh, you better guard the bottom. You gotta guard the bottom. And there's the contact. And around the 58 goes. Contact late in the race. Off the front end of the 22 of Jason Branch. Looked like a little bit of breaking point discrepancies right there. And around that 58 of Mitchell goes. We watched it in real-time live action. Let's go take one more look at it here. On the brakes hard a little bit earlier maybe than what Branch was expecting. And Branch just hardened to the tail end. We'll take one more look at it. There you can see, yeah, just it looked like Branch maybe looked to go to the outside. Just wasn't enough time, wasn't enough room to make a move that late. And the 22 of Branch gets into the back end of that 58 of Shauna Mitchell, and Mitchell goes around. Well, that's going to bring us under caution for our one and only attempt at a green-white checkered here from Pheonix Raceway. And what a troubled restart this is going to be for that 22 of Jason Branch. A lot of front end damage on his machine. You got to ask yourself, is he going to be down on power here? Jim Thorndike, Jamie Plord, Pierce Maffitt waiting in the wings. Second, third, fourth on the racetrack. Will those be your podium drivers? And it looks like end of the line penalty being brought down. The 22 of Jason Branch going to have to give up that top spot. Branch going to go to the tail end of the line. This changes the game. Up at the front, Jim Thorndike now with control of the race. He will be your race leader. The iRacing pace car lights have gone out. We are set to fire things off for our one and only attempt at a green-white checkered. Next flag will end the race. We'll either get the white flag in checkered or we'll see another caution flag fly to end the race here tonight and the Rattlesnake 140. It all comes down to this. Drivers make their way down the stretch towards the restart box. When will Thorndike fire off? And there's your answer. Thorndike hits the gas and away we go. Green flag flies as popsicle sticks on display for race leader Jim Thorndike. Here comes Pierce Maffett to the inside of the 37. Maffett and Plord going at it side by side. That's going to allow Thorndike to scoot away from this field. And it looks like Jim Thorndike in the 59 will see the boss man in the flag stand wave the white flag coming to the start-finish line. There it is, white flag out, final lap. 1 to go here from Pheonix Raceway. Trouble for Maffett as he slips up, and Jamie Plord gonna keep that second spot. He's got one more attempt to get it done. Big run out of the corner. Down the stretch, and Thorndike one more corner. Can the 59 put that to come? The Camor Chevy Buick GMC in victory lane, and he does, capturing the flag here tonight. Job well done in the DeKalb Sycamore Chevy Buick GMC Impala. The 59 of Thorndike gets to celebrate in victory lane to walk away from the track with his first win this season. My gosh. Well, Road Trip, we apologize you think that way, but we're not going to allow that kind of stuff in our comments and stuff. So we do appreciate you coming by. We do appreciate you hanging out. But we're going to go ahead and remove those comments for you next time. We'll see you around. No problems. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break. Get ready for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside at the end of the Rattlesnake 140. And talking about getting lucky, talking about missing some crazy action. You were lucky if you tuned in to tonight's race here at Pheonix Raceway, and you missed out if you didn't. Tell you what, let's go ahead and jump into these post-race interviews. Let's see if we can't grab a few words with one of the fast guys out there tonight. Fast week in, week out. Let's see if we can't dial up the 41 of Pierce Baffett. It's Dave. You got me?
Yes.
Hey, bud, how you doing? How you feeling after another solid run for you and your crew? Walked away with another podium here, getting set to head to Homestead with a shot for the championship.
Well, when you sell it like that, it's hard to say I'm not happy. It could be a lot worse. I feel like with the way the strategy and the cautions played out tonight, it could have been more too. I mean, that's pretty much this entire season for me. It's not bad by any means, but I feel like it could have been more. If that caution hadn't come out, I think I would have been maybe win or maybe gotten second. I'm not sure.
Yeah. However the race breaks down, Pierce, you've seemed to be able to manage to be in the right places at the right times, to be fast week in, week out. Looking forward to next week's championship night. What can we expect from you and your peak crew?
If you want me to be perfectly honest, probably about a 5th place points finish. I cannot find my way around. I cannot find my way around Miami at all. I've just never had much success there. I mean, I'll put in a lot of practice laps, but I've got a lot of lack of talent to overcome in that track.
Well, I don't think it's a lack of talent, that's for sure. You show talent week in and week out, Pierce. Not trying to pat you on the back, just stating facts here, my man. You're quick everywhere you go, and I'm sure you might figure out a line, might figure out a groove that gets yourself up through the running order, and I think you got a little better shot than what you're giving yourself, but that's just my 2 cents. With all that being said, nonetheless, again, congratulations on yet another podium finish for you and your 41 crew. You know the drill, so the mic is yours.
Yeah, I'd just like to give a big thanks to everybody here at Peak Racing. My teammates, for the most part, raced me pretty clean tonight. Of course, the sponsors, Blues Diecast, Matrix Designs, all the drivers and admins who make this possible, and you for putting on a broadcast every week.
Well, Pierce, I say it every time we get to talk to you. Always a pleasure to catch up with you in these post-race interviews. Class act, both on and off the track. We do appreciate all the hard work and hard driving you got out there. And, man, until next week, we'll see if you can get the job done. What do you say?
Well, I hope so. I'll do my best.
All right, we'll see you in Homestead.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Pierce Baffett in the 41. Happy to be where he's at. Happy to be fighting for a championship trophy when we hit the track next week at Homestead, Miami. And I tell you what, why don't we go ahead and jump on our second place interview here tonight. Let's see what we can find out out of the driver in that Fast 37. Jamie, it's Dave. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, backing up last week's race-winning performance with the second place. Not too shabby.
No, not bad. I'm pretty happy with it. Just again, trying to mind the old P's and Q's, try not to get caught up in anybody else's mess and whatnot. But it was really fun. I had a great time.
Well, a great time for you passing cars out there. You worked your way up 5 spots from where you qualified to finish tonight's race. You were 1 position in front of that a handful of times earlier throughout tonight. Did you have anything left to maybe go after that 59?
Maybe with the 1 or 2 more laps, I could have made a better run at the end. On the last lap, I got loose coming off a 2 there, and I knew that Jim had run a fabulous race, and he was going to get it. But I tried to do a different fuel strategy than everybody else and conserve for the end, but I knew I wasn't going to make it. I was about 4 laps short, so that's why I had chosen to make the call to come in early and kind of keep on the same sequence with everybody else. So at least I didn't give up too many positions on that. Then we got lucky with the couple of yellow flags there at the end. So I'm just happy to be in the podium, really.
Absolutely. Well, Jamie, we mentioned it throughout the broadcast tonight. You know, you came in and you've made noise. People are noticing. They know the name now. you have absolutely solidified yourself as one of the drivers that you're going to have to contend with and deal with next season. So as we look forward to next week's championship race, you're not fighting for that championship, but can we expect to see you at the front of the field fighting for a second checkered flag?
I would love nothing more than to be talking to you again in victory lane, man.
Well, I know all your fans would love that. I'd love it. I tell you what, let's get you at least in another podium spot by the end of things next week at Homestead. What do you say? You think you can get it done?
I'd love to try to get it done. I think our team's been really, really strong these past couple of weeks, and we've been building that momentum. So I definitely hope to see myself in AP Racing. That's Michael Minty up front next season. We're definitely going to be ones up there to contend with. I'd also like to take this one opportunity to thank all my fans and my team and my parents, my mother and father, for always supporting me. And, I just can't thank everybody enough. And I hope to be talking to you again next week in Victory Lane.
Absolutely. Jamie, my man, always a pleasure as of late to catch up with you in these post-race interviews. Man, you're fast. We hope you keep the speed underneath that 37 machine, and we look forward to catching up with you at Homestead.
Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it.
All right, there you have it. Second place finisher here tonight. Jamie Plord parks his 37 machine home in the second position. And now we're going to talk to the driver that walked away with the top spot. Man, oh man, it's been a while. But looky here. I have found a Thorndike in victory lane. Jim, man, where you been?
Wow. That's all I got to say. Wow, what a finish.
I will agree. That was a crazy little run to the end. At the end, let's talk about that end, though. You grab that top spot after a penalty. You take that top spot. You're the control car. What was going through your mind coming to our one and only attempt at the green-white checkered finish?
I just didn't want to spin my tires on the restart and mess it up and spin out or something. I just wanted to get a good, clean restart and just hit my marks and hopefully come home with a win. And I did.
That you did. You got to victory lane for the first time this season, becoming our 12th different winner here in season number 4. It has been absolutely crazy as far as the race winners is concerned. But now that you've broke through and got that win, you are guaranteed your shot at a championship next week at Homestead Miami Speedway. So what can we expect out of you and this 59 crew next week? Are we going to ride that momentum and maybe walk away with that championship trophy?
Well, that's my plan, is just be conservative and save the car and hopefully play some fuel mileage and some tire strategy and be there when it counts at the end.
Yeah, being there at the end is all that matters. You got to give yourself a shot for the race win, and that means you got to be there at the end. You were there tonight. You took advantage of the situations, and that brought you to victory lane for the first time this season. Congratulations. Job well done, my man. But before we let you go and enjoy this race win and celebrate the night away, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yes, I would like to thank my girlfriend and for letting me do this and taking care of my daughter. I'd like to thank DeKalb Sycamore Chevy Buick GMC Cadillac for sponsoring me. I'd like to put a shout out to our military, which does a great job so we can do this every week. iHeartRadio. And for you, Dave, turn 3. You're awesome, man.
Well, I know we appreciate the kind words. I know all the sponsors and fans appreciate the kind words. All the admins and race officials here with Swift Motorsports appreciate the kind words. Jim, job well done, my man. Let's not make this the only one. Let's get this 59 to victory lane next week, and let's see if we can have you raise 2 more trophies before the end of the year.
Yes, sir. That would be awesome. That's what I plan on doing. That's my goal.
All right. Well, we'll see you in Homestead. Stay safe and keep it fast.
All right. Thank you very much. You have a good evening now.
All right, there you go. There you have it. Final few parting words from the driver walking away in victory lane here tonight. That's the 59 of Jim Thorndike getting the job done. What a run. What a night. Top of the charts. 59 to victory lane for the first time this season. I mean, I'm almost at a loss for words. Almost, I don't want to say shocked, but what a turn of events in those final few laps here tonight. And as you can hear, the music begin in the background. It's time to go ahead and run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away from the track here tonight in the Rattlesnake 140 with his first checkered flag on the year, the 59 of Jim Thorndike parks it in victory lane. Jamie Plord going to bring the 37 home to another podium finish. He'll walk away in second, rounding out your top three drivers, the 41 of Pierce Maffett. Hunter Collier brings the 98 home in fourth. Fifth place tonight to Sean Mitchell as Jason Branch gets a late race penalty and he'll fall back to sixth. Noah Owens walks away from the track in the seventh position. The 14 of Lee Campbell back in eighth. 51 of Big Mac John McMillan Sr. finishes tonight's race back in ninth, rounding out your top 10. The 18 Grayson Jade photography of Jerry Cochran III gonna walk away in the 10th position. 11th on track belongs to David Cameron. Todd McGregor back in 12th, and rounding out your running order here tonight, the 15 of Logan Hartman. Big shout out to Justin Gann in the race control and admin booth just down the hall for all your tireless, unsung work. Job well done, my man. Heck of a season so far. We've got one more race to go. If you haven't already, join us. As always, in that push to 3,000 subscribers, show these drivers some love and drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So, we're going to cut off the lights, roll up a few chords, and get ready for tomorrow night's action right here at Pheonix, right here with Swift. Until then, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and as always, we'll meet you in Turn 3.